Breaking tonight at 6, we are staying on top of an evolving situation at UT Dallas. You can see a live look right there as some of the law enforcement officials start to move out from the campus. Police officers and sheriff's deputies moved in earlier to dismantle an encampment at the campus in Richardson. And earlier, we did see those deputies pulling down tents and making several arrests in the past few hours.
Tonight, we have team coverage of this developing story. Janelle Fort and Sydney Persing are on the ground watching this all unfold. Jobin Paniker at the Collin County Jail, where protesters are being booked right now.
Let's start with Janelle, who has been on campus for well over an hour now. What's happening, Janelle?
Well, Chris and Izzy, I want to start with where we are right now. We are in front of the student union. That's about 100 to 150 yards from where they built that encampment over in Chess Plaza here on UTD's campus. Now, those pro-Palestine protesters got out here around 4:30 this morning, and it's interesting to note because this is the first pro-Palestine encampment here at a North Texas university. Not the first protest, but the first encampment. Now, throughout most of the day, this was a very peaceful protest. Those tents were set up. People were there. They were fellowshipping. They were eating. They were talking about the conflict over in Gaza. And then around 3:30, we saw state troopers, sheriff's deputies, and campus police move in. They started making arrests. As of right now, it is not clear just how many arrests they have made in this. They began tearing down that encampment. They took all of the belongings of the protesters, loaded them in trucks, and then hauled them out of the area, and then continued to push and push and push before scattering those protesters. That was just in the past 20 minutes or so. They marched down here, again, about 100 to 150 yards away from the initial plaza. Set up here so far, we haven't seen any police, any state troopers here in this area. Another thing I'd like to note, the plaza they were in initially is typically used for free speech here on campus. Earlier today, university administrators told them that they needed to get out. When I spoke with organizers, they told me that they refused to leave until university administrators here met their demands. Their demands is that the university divest. So that's ultimately the opposite of invest in companies that they say are aiding Israel and aiding the violence in Gaza. That includes Raytheon, that includes Boeing, that includes Northrop Grumman and 2 other businesses. And they said that they're not stopping until that's done. They've been out here. They say they are not leaving. They say they will relocate as they need to, but they want their voice heard. They say this is all about the power of free speech, of stopping genocide in Palestine. So this is the result of that. As of right now, as you can see, things are fairly peaceful. They're chanting, they've got the signs, they've got the Palestinian flags up here. So we will see how long this lasts, whether university officials will call law enforcement in again to disperse the crowd here. But in the meantime, I'm going to send it over to my colleague, Sydney Persing, who is also here with more on what's happening.
I'm actually just on the other side of this group of students from you. As you mentioned, the student union, this is where these students came following these arrests. I want to get out of the way so we can just give you a look at the other side again of this group of protesters. Now, as you mentioned, we've seen several students, alumni out here as well, protesting Israel's war against Hamas. As you can see, again, large numbers. Josh, you good? Okay, large numbers of students out here protesting in support of Palestine and the Palestinian people. There was a small group earlier of Jewish students, counter-protesters, if you will, who showed up with the Israeli flag. Just a few of them in number, but we did speak with them briefly. They told us that they are out here to share their perspective and that some of the protest chants that they have heard throughout the day have been hurtful and made them feel unsafe. I want you to take a listen.
I hear those words and it worries me. Israel is our only homeland, our only Jewish homeland. Created, a large part of why it's created was the anti-Semitism around the world. We have nowhere else we can go. So, yes, I love Israel, and that's here.
Certainly lots of impassioned students, lots of emotional around. As you can see, students now are displaying a Palestinian flag. Again, we're out here in front of the student union. Passions are high, emotions are high. We will be here for the rest of the night. For now, I want to send things to my colleague, Jobin Paniker, who is at the Collin County Jail. Jobin.
Sydney, yeah, we had a chance to talk with the sheriff, the Collin County Sheriff, Jim Skinner. He tells us 19 people have been arrested from that rally. And they've been brought here to the Collin County Jail in the last 2 hours here. Again, we're confirming 19 have been arrested. All 19 are facing criminal trespass charges. One person is facing an additional resisting arrest charge. All these charges are misdemeanors. The sheriff tells me 4 prisoner vans have been taken down from here in McKinney down to UTD, to the campus there, as they address the issues that are happening there. Deputies have also been brought down there to help with making those arrests. All arrested will face a magistrate judge at some point. We're being told it's very likely, it's so late in the day, that a magistrate judge will have to hear their cases early tomorrow morning. So the 19 people so far who have been arrested and brought here will likely stay overnight here at the Collin County Jail. Again, just to confirm, 19 have been arrested. The booking process for the 19 arrested will take about 3 to 4 hours. And again, we heard from a source close to the organizers who tells us the majority of those arrested are likely students or younger generation, and 2 are likely professors with the university. Again, hearing that from sources close to the organizers there. Reporting here in McKinney, I'm Jobin Paniker.
All right, thank you, Joe. And of course, we'll stay on top of what's happening tonight at UT Dallas and go back if anything develops in the next 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, we will.